Now it's my pleasure to call on Susanna Eastern and Boyce Dietz, who will, representing the United States Representative Heath Shuler. Before they come, I'd like to make special recognition, which will later be on into the program, but Congressman Shuler has been very instrumental in, on a national basis, having passed a resolution in the House of Representatives last year to perpetuate what we're doing here nationwide, that we would have a national day of remembrance for the Vietnam veterans. So I call on Ms. Easton and Boyce Dietz.
First of all, I apologize that the Congressman cannot be with you. Y'all mean a great deal to him. This whole gathering is very, very awesome and very humbling to see y'all standing out in the rain this morning for the purpose that you are. This is just awesome. I'd like to thank all of y'all. I know there's many, many Vietnam veterans, but of course there's veterans from other wars. We appreciate, thank each one of you. And also, I know the Congressman has a great deal to do with what has happened as far as recognizing Vietnam veterans, but I think the group that needs a hand more than anyone else is the people of Vietnam veterans in Franklin and Macon and Jackson County that pushed him to do this and encouraged him to come up with this idea. That's to give him a hand. Yesterday, the Congressman and I had the great opportunity to meet and talk for about 2 hours with Sergeant Cleve McClary. And some of y'all may know Cleve McClary. He's one of the most inspirational speakers I have ever heard in my life. And he is a Vietnam veteran, and today he goes around America talking to veterans groups. When Sergeant McClary walks in, he's got a patch over one eye where he lost eye in Vietnam. He has only one arm, and he's crippled in one leg, and he goes all of America speaking to groups, veterans groups, and talking about veterans affairs. And one of the things he wanted to meet the Congressman about yesterday and talk about was a vision that he has to build over in Haywood County to help veterans and home where some of these veterans, especially from Afghanistan and Iraq, are coming home. And he sold his beach home. He sold his home in South Carolina to build this thing. And so today there's still people sacrificing Vietnam veterans, and he's one of them. He gave me a book yesterday. If you ever have a chance to read this book, it's called Living Proof with Cleve McClary. I guarantee you it'll be a great inspiration to you. But thank you, and now Susanna Houston from our office, and let me tell you a little about her. She works 40 hours a week on Veterans Affairs in our office every week, and she is highly dedicated. That's all she works on is Veterans Affairs, and even sometimes I don't know if she gets in it too deep. It's very often you can walk in her office and she has tears in her eyes because of the issue that she's been working on the last few minutes. But she's going to read you a letter from the Congressman. And also we've got Sandy Zimmerman that works in our Murphy office. So 3 officers here today, and we appreciate the opportunity to do so.
Thank you. I just want you to know how honored I am to be here and to be working on your behalf. I have a letter from Congressman Shuler. It's addressed to Mr. Charles Dowdle, President, Vietnam Veterans of America. Dear Mr. Dowdle, I am touched that so many of you are gathered here today to honor those who sacrificed to protect and defend our freedom, ensuring our nation's independence for years to come. We owe each of our veterans a tremendous debt that can never be fully repaid. I was proud to introduce the legislation which passed in the U.S. House of Representatives that pays tribute to our Vietnam veterans through the recognition of Vietnam Veterans Day. It is one of Congress's most noble duties to pay tribute to our veterans and to ensure that they receive the benefits they so rightfully deserve. While in Congress, it has been my honor to have helped secure $3.4 million in funding to renovate a patient ward at Asheville's Charles George VA Medical Center. I have also been privileged to aid the securing of an outpatient VA clinic in Franklin, which will serve over 3,000 veterans from the 6 westernmost counties in North Carolina, as well as additional military personnel from South Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. While we will never be able to fully repay our veterans for their service, we should honor them and say thank you as often as we can. I am sorry that I am unable to join you at your event in recognition of Vietnam Veterans Day, but I offer my most heartfelt thanks to our veterans, along with our servicemen and women, for all you have done and continue to do for our nation. Please don't hesitate to contact me if there is ever anything I can do to assist you. Sincerely, Heath Schuler. And I would like to read these names of our fallen from Haywood County. Dexter H. Griffin, Benny D. Green, Robert C. Hawkins, Charles C. Matthews, John D. Woodard, David W. Frady, Floyd M. Frazier, Frederick M. Hall.
And also fallen heroes from Haywood County: Keith McHaffey, Carl B. Ray, Wayne H. Sexton, David C. Brown, David M. McPherson, Michael F. Davis, Alfred Hightower Jr., Fred A. Moody. Thank y'all.